Hello guys, the name is Jaybash, the Drift Prince of Africa, not Kingo. Drift Prince of Africa, not Nigeria. I started drifting a long time ago. I think it should be like 8 to 7 years, yeah. So I started drifting on the street with a normal BMW E30, a stock car with no good suspension. We always go to Idu and we had to drift. I had a team then, around 2015. We were actually the guys that changed tire for Q Customs, Q Drift Works teams. If I could remember well, we usually go to the drift every Sunday. There was a time I actually told my partner, not Awal, my partner, I told him, Ibrahim, I told him I want to drift, but I want to take drifting to the next level. Not the normal drift we do here in Abuja that we always get chased by the police, going to do and be scared that, oh, police are gonna come take us all. That was how it started. Then I got my E30. I started drifting on the street, 1 or 2. I started getting tired because it was the same thing. Just going a long donut all the time, long donuts. There was no upgrade, there was no track. So it was just the same thing, as if you're repeating the same thing. I think 2016, we kept on doing that. In 2017, me and Real Sam 09 created, or let me say, built a drift car. It was actually not a BMW, it was a Benz 190E. It was the first coupe in the whole West Africa. So when we built that car, I actually used to love BMW right from day one. But I had no option because the 190E Benz was there and I was having a lot of beef with the BM boys because it was as if I had one BM here and one Benz here, but I had to just drive the 190E because that was the car that was present then. So we still went back to the street and were drifting and all. I was among the street drifters, let me put it this way, or stunters then. We're always doing our illegal pam pam on the street and all. Early 2018, I had to stop the street drifting because I did one last parking. I think that was my last drift I did. It was parking of the year 2017/18. So I told them that I was gonna go off the street because nothing is coming out of the street. I was sitting at home, I got a call from the organizers of Car Park Drift and they were like, they have an event coming up, why don't I come and compete? And I was like, I don't have a car to compete. How do you want me to compete? And he was like, you can actually get a car, put it up and just compete, then you start building the car for the next event because this is actually a big event. And I was like, okay, no problem, let's do this. And you know, one thing about us, we are going to do it better than anybody. We belong to the streets. I had to get the BMW. It was actually a BMW E36. We actually crashed the 190E in a movie scene. That was the end of the story of the 190E, and the car could not come back to life and we had to scrap it. So I got the BMW E36. Everything on it was stock. I just got the body and there was no engine on the car and I had to fix the engine before the event. And I had only 1 week. I had to rush down to Zuba, get the engine, fix the car. I think I had only one training with the car. Then the next week was the event. We had fun, burned some rubbers, but I was not on the podium. I was not happy because like my car was not built for that. I just had to use it just for the competition sake and all. Then my partner actually won the event that year because we're not partners then, we're friends, best friends, but we're not partners. Captain Awal won first position. Then I told him, after we left the competition ground, we went home and we're sitting in his room and I was like, I actually want to build a proper drift car that is meant for this, so I'm not going to be doing the street drifting or street stunting or anything that has to do with the street. I want us to take motorsport in Nigeria to the top. And he was like, yeah, because he actually got his proper first drift car built. He got it from Hashim, a proper drift car with LSD, hydraulic handbrake, good suspension, headers and all. So the car was properly built. And I was like, I want to build a car. How do we do it? And I was like, yeah, I think it's a good idea and we can actually set up a team. Even though we're competing, we're going to be competing against other people. I was like, okay, no problem. Let's go with this deal. Then I called him and I was like, I got an E30 and I want to build it to be a drift car. He was like, yeah, it's a good startup. That's how I started building the drift car from scratch, actually. I had I had zero money in my bank account, but I had to hustle money just to build that car. So I hustled day and night to get that money to put that car in a good condition. Captain Awa came back from the US. We were drifting as usual, doing our training and all. Then came the magic guy, I Am Grand Pictures. So he came through and said, I see what you guys are doing and I want to push it out to the people out there to watch what you guys are doing, because you guys are doing amazing things and people don't know about. And we're like, okay, no problem, let's give it a try. Let's shoot this video. Then we shot the first video and it was mad. It was talk of the town after we dropped the video, and that's how we started shooting more content, more videos. After building the E30, we competed in the 2020 Drift League. Captain Awal emerged first, Musa DK second, then I got third. And after that, we had events in Ibadan, Lagos, Fanfaro Auto Fest. That was our first time we went to Ibadan. We ate amala. The amala was sweet. I think that's what I'm going to say about the amala. So we went there to compete. We took our 2 drift cars there, we competed and we won the competition. Immediately we came back. Awal had to leave the country. He went back to school. I sat down one day and said, okay, I want to build a proper drift car, which is this Bumblebee right here. I had to start building the car myself, like from zero ground. I was actually using the car as a daily car before, but I was like, why don't I build this car and start doing the main stuff with it? Because everybody was all about E30, and I was like, why don't we just focus on the E46, because the parts, you can get the part easily here in Nigeria, not like the E30, you have to order some parts. Follow me to the track and see how the car performs with all the upgrades. We have the roll cage, and this is the hydraulic handbrake, and we have an aftermarket steering wheel with the safety seat belts. Let me take you guys on the tour on the suspension also. As you can see, the turning angle is not like your regular car turning angle. It has an angle kit installed on it. Let me turn it to the other direction so you see how the angle is. So this is our coilovers. As you can see, it's a bit dirty because this is Nigeria. You know how our roads are. There is no way you can actually shake this car. Then on the engine, we have a 3.0 engine with headers, which I'm going to show you guys now. If you come with me, let me open the bonnet. Ta-da! So this is our engine. It's actually a BMW E46 engine, the 3.0. We have the headers. We have the headers here. It's hot like the car. Nothing much done on the car, just the engine and the headers. Okay, do you think we can actually make this car look like